I love that you get cold when it's 71 degrees out. I love that it takes you an hour and a half to order a sandwich. I love that you get a little crinkle above your nose when you're looking at me like I'm nuts. I love that after I spend a day with you, I can still smell your perfume on my clothes. And I love that you are the last person I want to talk to before I go to sleep at night. And it's not because I'm lonely, and it's not because it's New Year's Eve. I came here tonight because when you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
I love that scene.
You see? That is just like you, Harry. You say things like that and you make it impossible for me.
Don't give away the whole end of the movie.
And I hate you, Harry. I really hate you.
Well, it's been out for 30 years. If you haven't seen it by now, it's your
seen it.
It's his
I've
problem.
not seen it either, so I'm not likely to see it, so just go
quiet,
ahead.
both of you. Writer, journalist, director Nora Ephron was the visionary behind films like this, When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, so many other classics. She redefined the rom-com as a feminist Hollywood trailblazer. She died in 2012, but she made a lasting impact on the whole genre. A new book, Nora Ephron at the Movies, looks at Nora Ephron's incredible career and the impact her work had on women in the film industry and on the films in general. And we welcome Ilana Kaplan. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Good morning.
So tell us what, I have such visions of all of these Meg Ryan movies, and she was the queen of the rom-coms in the 90s or late 80s there. Did this redefine rom-coms? Did Nora do that? What was it like before this wave of movies that Nora did?
I mean, I think there was a traditional formula when it came to rom-coms before Nora, but when Nora came in, she created movies that had these complex, flawed, messy, authentic female heroines. And Meg Ryan became like essentially her muse for a variety of films, including the rom-com trio.
I know some were successful. Were there critics? What did the critics say?
Yeah, I mean, I think her rom-coms were obviously what she's most known for, but over the years, she, wanted to get outside of rom-coms, and sometimes she failed at that. I don't know if you're familiar with the movie Lucky Numbers, based on the 1980 Pennsylvania lottery scandal, but that is just well known as one of her biggest critical misfires.
And how did she get, it was so unusual to have such a strong female voice writing these movies before she even started directing them. So how did she get that door kicked open for her?
Yeah, so I mean, I think the first movie she really worked on was Silkwood with Mike Nichols. And that was just a really incredible opportunity to write for a biopic.
And that's not something I associate with Nora Ephron.
Yeah, and it's not on streaming either. So I feel like a lot of people don't really think of it, but it's a great movie.
How much of her was in her characters? What was similar? What was different?
Yeah, I feel like there were aspects of her always injected into her work. I think, if you're looking for a character that was most similar to her, Sally from When Harry Met Sally is probably the closest, because that story was based on, like her friendship with Rob Reiner. But at the same time, I feel like the fact that she wrote the scripts and her voice was so present that she just felt like a character in these movies regardless. So when it came to the way that her characters ordered food, or the way that she talked about food and scripts, that was all Nora.
Talk about who has been inspired by her since, her trademark quippy dialogue, or, making the city a character in the movie. Talk about other directors that have been influenced.
Yeah, so I mean, Jenny Han, who did the To All the Boys franchise and The Summer I Turned Pretty, there's a lot of influence there, especially if you're talking about the film trio that she created with epistolary storytelling. Jennifer Caton Robinson, she's kind of taken the rom-com and put a twist on it, and Nora's a big influence for her. I mean, also, there's this movie, Sleeping with Other People, from several years ago. Leslie Headland was a big influence on her.
Is there some Nora Ephron movie that we should maybe revisit that maybe didn't get noticed as much or is maybe underrated?
I mean, I would say Silkwood because it's just people don't really think of it when they think about Nora, or I would say Bewitched because while it wasn't entirely beloved at the time, I feel like it's super meta and an interesting watch now.
Bewitched with, that was Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell, right?
Yes.
Ah, okay. I have to revisit that.
I forgot that one.
I did too. The book is Nora Ephron at the Movies, a visual celebration of the writer and director behind When Harry Met Sally. You've got Mail, Sleepless in Seattle, and more. And for more, you can check out Ilana Kaplan on social media or on our website. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.